I'm Paul.
And I'm Shay.
And welcome back to
Bus Life for Me.
So obviously we've gotten a lot done since our last video, and we are still trying to find a balance between getting the bus work done and actually filming it and showing you guys and bringing you along for the ride.
So as you guys know, this is just a fun weekend project for us. We work on the bus on Saturday and Sunday, and also this is our first time ever doing a project like this. So we are figuring everything out as we go. There is a unique set of challenges that comes with figuring out something and then also trying to film it. And we really do want to share our journey. Obviously, if you guys follow along on any of our other platforms, we do post like weekly updates, like what we did that weekend, short little videos. But doing these longer form videos as we're trying to figure it out and trying to document our weekly episodes, it becomes a lot. It becomes a lot for just two people with a tripod trying to figure it out as they go. Figuring out what you're doing and filming it at the same time is challenging. All right, so let's get into a little recap of what we've done these past couple months. Oh, and you guys, we almost forgot our merch. We did launch merch. It's the best way to support us along this journey. We got lots more than just what we're wearing, so if you want to check it out, it's buslifeforme.shop, or I will link it down below. Alright, so let's preface this little tour with two things. First off, everything is partially done. We still have to paint them and seal them and patch all the seams and holes, and so there's still a lot of work to be done. And then second of all, we are not only building this bus, but we also have to store all of our tools and materials in here because our bus is just like in a backyard. We don't have like a garage or a warehouse that we're working in. So not only is this our workspace, but it's also our storage space, and it just gets super messy. So just a heads up, the bus is an absolute mess and it's partially done, but we'll still give you a tour. All right, y'all, so the front of the bus here is the one part we really haven't done much with because it just gets freaking dirty. It just gets so dirty. So we're saving that part for last, but as you turn in here, you see we got our shoe rack. When you walk in here, you're gonna see our kitchen on this side and our living and workspace on this side. So we did a living area here with mirroring desks, so we each have our own desk, and then our whole big kitchen space here. It's so nice and beautiful, I cannot wait. We're gonna have all these overhead kitchen cabinets, and then this kitchen space here is going to hold the stovetop and the sink, and then we have our refrigerator that's going to sit down here in this little pocket, and then we have our pantry here, our diesel heater down there. So again, we just have two mirroring desks. We did like these kind of groovy shapes. Goes right into the shoe rack. We each have not only our own desk, but our own little desk storage space here. So again, very messy because we keep all of our stuff in here. But these chairs double as storage. They lift up. We're gonna get some custom cushions made, so this can be a little dinette area because right here we're gonna have a table that folds down or folds up, so this can just be like a lounge area. We're gonna have a little ottoman, so that'll be a very cute little lounge area. And then again, this is Paul's desk. It mirrors mine, has the cabinet, and we do get questions about why we went for these two long desks and then like a little dinette area when most people do like these massive like couches along the side. We just didn't want that. It's just us two. We don't have kids. We both work remotely. We both are creatives, and we both wanted our own workspace. Anyway, it works for us. That's what matters. That's the beauty of building your own Skoolie, is that you design it for your wants and your needs, and it's just the two of us, and we're just traveling around for a year or two. It's not our forever home, so anyway, so this is where we left off, was doing the shower. That's covered in all these scrap wood, but we still have to tile the shower. Other than that, it's done. And then we also, right here, this is gonna be our electrical closet. So from here down is gonna be all of our electrical stuff, which is actually in these boxes right here. And then this little top half space is going to be a little hanging clothes closet, if you will. And then back here is our little bedroom space. We're going to be building a bed frame that lifts up like this so we can still have access to our 75-gallon water tank, all of our piping, and then also we'll use this as storage to hold other things. So we'll have a queen size bed right back here, and then we obviously built these little walkways so we can each have access off the side of the bed. And then built some cabinets back there, finished off that back area. These were actually the first cabinets we've ever built. I'm really proud of us. We did really awesome. And then on the back side of the shower, we have another really nice cabinet. This was the second cabinet we built. We went and tried out this like little groovy design. And honestly, our cabinets are looking great. We went for the soft close hinges and we love them. And I'm really proud of us because we've never built cabinets before and they're not as easy as you would think. So, anywho. So yeah, that's the vibes. That's what we're going for. That's our layout. It's partially done. Still a lot of work to be done. But that is a little updated tour of what we've gotten done over the past many months. Okay, so fun fact, we live in Tampa, Florida, and it's very hot year-round. So even though the inside is not done yet, we decided at the beginning of the year to shift our focus to the outside of the bus so that we don't have to be doing these things in the summer heat. Even though it's still really hot now. It's literally January and February, and it's still super hot. So imagine doing that in the summer would not be fun. So we've been working on the outside, and we're going to show you what we've done on the outside too. So as you can see, the first thing we did was build our rooftop deck, which we are absolutely in love with. I will actually link below in the video description the plan that we followed to build this because it was super helpful. But we made ours 6 by 7 foot, and because we built it out of pressure treated lumber, we're just giving the wood some time to dry out before we stain and seal it. But we're absolutely obsessed with this and cannot wait to put it to good use out on the road. Next on the list for exterior work was installing our solar panels. Now, if you've been here from the beginning, you may realize these are not the original solar panels we put on our roof. We had to do some backtracking to say the least. If you're curious what happened with that situation, I talk about it more at the end of this video, but with all that to say, our new solar panels are installed, which we installed them by bolting them through the roof using Unistrut, and they're ready to be plugged into our electrical system whenever that gets hooked up, but until then, we just have them covered to keep them clean. Okay, and just for some context, the next thing we did on our exterior was underneath the bus. I just feel like it's a very subtle jump with no context. That is where you're headed next, is underneath the bus. So this is what we did yesterday. We installed our gray water tank. Paul did such a good job with this because we don't know how to weld, and so everything we do is with Unistrut. Give them a rundown of what you did, huh?
Alright, so as you can see here, we have a couple different racks of Unistrut through the top, and I just used some all thread with some nuts and bolts and ran some all thread down to some bottom Unistrut racks and just laid our water tank over top of all of it. So that's kind of what it looks like at the moment. We have basically just wanted to secure it so it doesn't jiggle around. Here is our drain valve, just like a water spigot. So we could just hook up a hose to that.
You did a very good job with it. Oh, and this is a 40-gallon.
Drain valve.
40-gallon gray water. Okay, so I'm debating even putting this part in the video, but I feel like if you're doing any sort of project like this, this might be helpful advice, maybe something I wish I would have heard. Like if you're doing like a van or a bus or a boat conversion or anything like that, you already know that there is a lot of advice out there on the internet. There's a lot of YouTube videos and website forums, and obviously we're grateful for that because that's how we've been able to do this whole entire project, is learning everything as we go through the internet. But with that comes the ability to take bad advice. I guess that's really the most blunt way to put it, is just be careful about who you take advice from. At the end of the day, it's our responsibility to sift through the advice and information we're getting online. So this obviously isn't placing blame, but just to clarify, if you have been here from the beginning and you're wondering like what happened to our old solar panels, they were honestly great solar panels. We kept them and plan to use them for like future projects. But the issue is that we really needed a lot more solar, and with solar you can't stack a bunch of, it's hard to explain, but if you have like a small amount of wattage, you can't just keep stacking more and more on top of it. that's just not the way solar works, which we didn't know originally. So we originally put 800 watts of solar using 4 200-watt panels, and that really just wasn't gonna work for sustaining off-grid living for us. And so we decided to remove those panels, which it's obviously annoying to spend time going back, but sometimes you have to take a step back before you can take 2 steps forward. So we removed the old panels, and now we have 4 400-watt solar panels for a total of 1600 watts. Again, at the end of the day, it's our responsibility for knowing that, but how do you know until you learn, you know what I mean? So you're just online sifting through all this advice. So just be careful who you trust and who you take advice from, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there giving advice that are not really qualified to do so. Which that's also the reason why we don't want to be like an instructional channel adding like more noise, because we don't want to be just like another one of those people acting like, you know, this is the right way to do it, when in reality we're all just like figuring it out. And anyway, be careful who you take advice from. I guess that's the best advice I would give.
So today we're starting a new project. We're gonna build our exterior storage container underneath the skirt of the bus.
We're gonna start building the undercarriage storage, and maybe that'll be our next video, is showing you guys how we ended up doing that. So thanks for watching this little recap video. Again, if you haven't already, go check out our merch. It'll be linked below, and we will see you guys next time.
Much love, everybody.